Howdy, howdy, high country. Welcome back to Up Late Upstate. I'm Annie Jones.
And I'm Morgan Mullis. Let's jump right into our first story for this evening. The Boone Transportation Department is rolling out a new parking policy next month.
That's fantastic. Parking has always been such a nightmare.
Don't get too excited. This new policy does away with booting and tickets.
I don't understand. How is that bad?
Because they're just going to push your car off of Howard's Knob.
Oh. Speaking of motors, a 21-year-old man in Duluth, Georgia is now in critical condition after becoming trapped between a car and a McDonald's building.
Though that isn't that uncommon, whenever anyone is at McDonald's, they are stuck between a rock and a hard place.
On the subject of fast food, the Chick-fil-A in Central will now be offering food on Sundays following a successful student petition. The bad news is that they are only offering what is called the center sandwich. It's just 2 slices of bread with a tomato.
In the last 2 weeks, 2 different houses in the high country have burst into flames. I guess my mixtape has really been getting around. It's like The Ring, but with trap drums.
As of Tuesday night, Election Day, Watauga County was swept by a blue wave, much like UNC Wilmington was about 2 months ago.
Looks like a woman plans on marrying a ghost, which seems interesting. If I could marry everyone who's ever ghosted me, I'd have to convert to Mormonism.
A researcher in the Antarctic has reportedly stabbed one of his fellow scientists because he kept spoiling the endings to whatever book he was reading. Authorities refused to press charges as, quote, "It's really cold down there," and they get it.
And finally, Idris Elba was named Sexiest Man Alive. While unsurprising, there was some competition this year.
The leaves are falling, the weather is getting colder, and Halloween's already over, so you know what that means. Thanksgiving is coming up, and we've got some great guests lined up. But first, it's important to look at the real reason for the season, Black Friday shopping. Here's some footage from last year.
Let me in.
I've hit pillows harder than
I
you.
have no problem putting you to sleep. You want to go night night?
No.
We didn't sell this here. Did you bring it from home?
Tonight's first guest is the proprietor of the High Country's only organic turkey slaughterhouse. Please welcome Brandon Mandan.
Thanks for joining us today, Brandon.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
So, what makes your turkey slaughterhouse organic compared to the average turkey slaughterhouses?
Well, the biggest difference is in terms of volume. We take a lot longer to kill each turkey, so we don't handle nearly as many as the average industrial center.
Was it about your process that takes so long?
Well, being organic, we have to give the turkeys a fighting chance.
A fighting chance?
We each get a knife and a towel. Towels, so you've got something to bite down on, because we got real thin walls. Turkeys hear you scream, they get set off, and that's the last thing you want. Some nights I can still hear the gobbling. So you get 3 minutes in the ring.
What happens after 3 minutes?
Well, one of us comes out alive. Or neither of us do. Never both. Never both.
That doesn't sound very fair to the turkeys. Can they even hold a knife?
You'd be impressed. I've lost a lot of friends to these fights, man and turkey alike.
You make friends with the turkeys?
Not since Phil.
Phil?
Phil was a gentle soul. We bonded over our mutual love for really dry corn kernels, and over time we grew closer. He became like a brother to me. That is, until his time came. We made a deal. We were gonna fix the fight. I was just gonna injure him to buy him some time before he was really slaughtered, and then, day of the fight, he lunges for my throat. I can't say what I saw in those eyes, but it wasn't a brother. It wasn't Phil. It was just some animal backed into a corner. I didn't want to do it. Phil gave me no choice. I guess we were both animals that day. I haven't trusted a turkey since.
Sorry to hear that. Our next guest is here to give us some insight on the traditions of Thanksgiving. Mr. Gobbles.
Good.
Thank you for being here.
Don't touch me!
My apologies, Mr. Gobbles. Is everything okay?
Is everything okay, he asks. Is everything okay? Everything is just fine and dandy, considering that this is the holiday that all humans rejoice over sadistic imperialists that have slaughtered an entire population on their native land. They call it a day of thanks when it should be called a day of mourning.
Okay, I can see where this is going. We better change the subject before we get in trouble.
We turkeys will no longer be the victims of the humans' conquering ways. Woo!
Oh, you're talking about turkeys? I thought you were talking about something completely different.
Well, of course I'm talking about turkeys, you duplicitous swine.
Whoa, 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 whoa there. Pump the brakes, Mr. Gobbles. Where's all this hate coming from?
Did you not just hear what I said? Get the muck out of your ears, Morgan. You are either dumb, naive, or completely ignorant.
I don't like any of those options.
It's one thing to make a sport out of hunting us. It's another thing to completely desecrate our corpses after you've gutted and defeathered us.
Desecrate your corpses? What are you even talking about?
I have seen things you two wouldn't even have the precious imagination to conjure up in a nightmare. Let me ask you something, Annie. Do you like stuffing?
Don't answer that. It's a trap.
I got this. I'll take the bait. Yes, yes, I love stuffing, Mr. Gobbles. Go ahead and try to ruin it for me. I dare you.
And do you know how stuffing is prepared, Miss Jones?
Of course I do. You turn the oven on and okay, fine. I don't know how it's made, but you seem so inclined to tell us, so please, have at it.
Maybe you're familiar with the phrase, stick it where the sun don't shine?
Yes, but I don't see what that has to do with... Oh no.
Oh yes. But wait, there's more.
Please. Please don't.
How about we delve into your human sick game, where after you ferociously devour our carcasses, you maniacally snap the integrity of our two clavicles and make a wish from the biggest remaining shattered piece. Kick us while we're down, why don't you? Our surviving friends and family can't even give us the proper burial because wishing upon a star just became too mundane for you spawns of Satan. I could go all day explaining your twisted antics and traditions.
No, please stop. We get the point, and we are so terribly sorry. It probably means nothing to you at this point, but is there anything we can do, Mr. Gobbles?
You monsters have done plenty. You'll all eventually get your just desserts. And I'm not talking about pumpkin pie. I'd watch my back if I were either one of you. Or better yet, your clavicles. Happy Turkey Day.
You just added there.
Yeah, shut up, Morgan. I don't need to be judged for my actions anymore today.
Speaking of, I believe that's all the time we have. Some orchestral rock group that can't stop punching power outlets called the Electric Fight Orchestra has a studio next.
Remember, you can find us on Facebook.com/UpLateAppState. I'm Annie Jones.
And I'm Morgan Mullis. Thanks for staying up late, App State.